Hello everyone, thanks for joining us for another instalment of Hook, Line and Sinker, The Lap, Andrew, our epic road trip around Australia.
Doug, so far we've made it to beautiful Hervey Bay and we thought we'd better stop and have a fish because just out there is Fraser Island and that's where we're off to explore.
Hey, Doug, you're on!
That's a better cod.
Look at that cod.
That's a better cod on the swim, mate.
That's a big fish.
Yeah! This is what it's all about, having a bar crusher like this driving around the country.
Look at that. If only Greenpeace were here.
Bingo!
Clip up. If you fall in the water, you do that sort of thing. Look at that.
Oh, look at the size of it! Oh, look at the size of it!
Today's destination of the week made its name as the whale-watching capital of the world, but don't be fooled by that. Hervey Bay is also a brilliant place to catch a fish. Or you can look at a fish. There's an aquarium where we fed the turtles lettuce. There's a massive jetty and everyone in Hervey Bay is on holiday.
Our destination of the week is delivered to you by the award-winning Isuzu D-Max. It's the do anything truck. Carry 5 people in comfort and safety, lug around a ton of bricks or tow a 3.5 tonne boat clear around the country. D-Max, go your own way. The weather was looking good and we were keen to set off. This is to be a long-range, multi-day adventure. We just need to pop the crusher in the water and go. Simple, done it hundreds of times, thousands.
All right. This is a lesson for new players. Whatever we just did wasn't ideal. So that's a bit of an issue. Not the way we wanted to start the Fraser adventure. Oh, Drew, how's the engine? Goodness me. I thought you were going down there a bit quickly. I don't know when it started to speed up. Well, this blocks the ramp up a little bit.
So there we were. Beautiful new boat halfway down the ramp, 5 hours away from being floated off by the tide. Time for a production meeting.
Times of high drama now on Hook, Line
Tonight's
and
on
Sinker.
Hervey Bay News.
Yeah.
2 idiots.
Yeah.
Drop
Well,
that boat.
Now, we haven't had this conversation yet. We haven't had the chat.
No, I mean, I guess
Just
it's my fault.
so potentially we need to look at our procedures. That's what Castle would do in this situation.
Yeah, I wish Castle were here, actually.
They might well be here. Everyone else is here, incidentally. So that's good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
this is good.
Yes, just goes to show that, doesn't it?
But,
Yeah.
I mean, without knowing, I think we got away with it fairly well.
Yes, the boat seems to be extremely robust and
And it hasn't smashed up the engine.
quite adept at falling down onto concrete. They build them tough at Bar Crusher and Yamaha and Airmar.
Our transducers have survived.
Lenco,
Our
trim
trim
tabs.
tabs have survived.
No, in reality,
It's embarrassing
it's embarrassing.
and it's set us back a little bit.
Yep.
And my confidence is shot.
Shot
I
to
can't
pieces.
ever launch or retrieve a boat again.
Fair enough.
Or even be in a
I
boat.
don't think you'll be asked
No.
to. But beyond that, no harm done.
Good
Crane's
news.
on its
We've
way.
got a crane man coming. $200 cash we have to give him, or our credit card details. So, look,
Yeah.
I'm happy to cop that.
Yeah. Where else would you be? Oh, Fraser Island, over there.
Our saviour was Sean the Crane Man, and like a well-oiled machine, we went to work.
So this is Sean, our crane man. He's got an idea and I like what he's thinking. We're going to pick the front up because we've got a lot of stuff on the back, you know, the engine and the trim tabs and the transducers and whatever else. We don't want to smash all that up. So Sean's got a very gentle hand at the controls of this crane.
The crusher is built like a tank, fortunately, and we're able to lift it by the bow cleats. The trailer was kind of a winched back under the boat, and little by little the plan came together.
I want to go home.
Yeah! Just go easy, Drew. Go easy, pal. Steady, just steady. And that's how easy it is. No?
Finally, success. We had launched our boat. Probably worth having another look at it though.
Right, so we're back in the water.
Yep.
That all went pretty well. We should explain what we're doing, guys.
Yes, yes, we should.
We're going to Fraser Island.
Yep.
On our own.
Yep.
On a camping trip.
What could go wrong? We are, and this, why wouldn't you go to Fraser Island? Obviously, Duigan here.
Yes.
Not very far over there is Fraser Island.
Correct.
The prevailing breeze this time of year is a southeasterly, which sort of comes
Correct.
from there.
Thank you,
The
yes.
west side of Fraser is like a mill pump.
Yes, so that's where we're going to go, along
Yeah.
the beach up there. It's miles. It's
Yeah.
miles and miles and miles of just boater-friendly water, and
Fortunately, you have been banned from the Bar Crusher after the damage you have done to it.
I haven't, but I have organised this. My friend has returned. It is the Yamaha Wave Runner with all the jetfish gear on it, Duigs.
Yes.
I'm going to use this.
Yes, you
Not
are.
the whole time.
Yes,
No,
you are.
not the whole time.
are.
But this would be fantastic
Yes,
for
it would.
over there. won't
Right,
it?
can we go?
How good will that be?
Go.
There's Tuna over there.
2 hours, that little detour. Not too bad. 2
I mean,
hours.
we've had worse,
Yeah.
haven't we? Have we had worse?
I don't know. See you there.
So, a couple of hours behind schedule, and with our tails between our legs a bit, we set off into the Great Sandy Strait. It felt good.
Now, you all set there? You got your GoPro?
Yeah, I'll probably lose it, probably fall in the water.
You won't lose it. Bad things happen in threes, and you're already there.
No, I'm not. We've
Yeah.
had one bad thing happen.
No, remember this morning, we had the disaster with your pants. You chose those pants. That's
These
number
are
one.
board shorts. It's
Yeah.
a wet environment.
And then you went to the jet ski place, and they only had a small life jacket. Disaster. And then you launched the boat on the concrete. 1, 2, 3, we're over it. You're away. Beautiful and calm, close into the lee of Fraser there, glorious hit. Hardy and I have become separated though, so this is a bit of a search mission. I was out there looking for some bottom fish, you know, mucking around with the mark we'd been given. He has come in close in the search for the Longtail tuna that make this place their home. Kind of famous for longtails around here, so they apparently come in quite close to the beach, and you know, if you see some birds stacked up or a bit of a bust up on the top, it is just as likely to be northern bluefin or longtail tuna. So we'll either find them or we'll find Hardy somewhere. Big island, Fraser, big.
I continued north, but there was still no sign of Drew on the Wave Runner. I stopped to give him a call.
Hello, Drew, do you read over? Do you read over?
I tracked a little further offshore into the rougher water, and there I found him. And he wasn't happy.
What are you doing? What are you doing?
Could you give me a hand, please?
Sorry?
I'm smashing up the Yamaha Wave Runner. Could you
Why are
give
you
me a
doing
hand?
that? Don't do it! Don't swear!
Give me a hand.
You've already broken enough stuff today. What's the matter? Is it broken? Andrew's really upset. He's not seen the funny side of it. He should though, given he did today launch our brand new boat on concrete. And maybe it was just his shorts putting the boat on concrete and the wave runner thing that have been his 3 issues of bad luck.
After all the kerfuffle back at the boat ramp, it turns out we hadn't properly secured one of the jetfish side pods and now we'd lost the bolts. It was no biggie, but today was beginning to feel like one of those days. We'll take a break, collect our thoughts, because still to come there are fish, big fish, plus all you ever wanted to know about driving on sand and awesome money-saving tips when we build project boats on a budget. It's Hook, Line and Sinker's wave runner and boat camping trip to Fraser Island, and after a rocky start, we're 2/3 of the way up the island and hoping to find Longtail tuna.
Big long cast. Over there now, they're over there now. God, where birds? Over there? That's where they were for.
Longtail tuna can be one of the most frustrating fish to target. They'll pop up right in front of you, then disappear only to come up again just out of range. It's the reason Andrew's on the Yamaha Wave Runner. Its speed and agility make it the perfect longtail machine.
What have you got, Drew? Fish. He's very upset. Are you having a good time?
Yep.
Are you enjoying yourself?
Yep.
Good. What about we all smile for a minute? Everybody smiles for a minute.
What about everyone doesn't talk for a minute?
You just
How does
got to
that go?
smile for a minute. You got to force yourself
Try
to
and be
smile.
quiet for a minute or 5.
Everybody
that?
smiles and nobody
What about
breaks
everyone just
nothing.
shuts up for a minute?
Nobody breaks nothing for a minute and everybody smiles for a minute. Here we go. Ready? See, that's good. That's 6 seconds. Fish out behind you, busting Drew. There are. You get this one off. You get another cast. Good fish. Nice one. There are fish. There are heaps of fish. Come on. Did we get one? Yes, we got one. Isn't that excellent? And rewarding, and he hasn't even worked out his hook yet. And he will sort of come to that conclusion shortly-ish. Apparently, this body of water is now, well, I don't know whether it's always been, but everyone in Hervey Bay was telling us about the sharks. That there are going to be heaps of sharks that we'll encounter doing this. So, a little bit more drag than less. And tuna, you know, these are like any tuna you catch. They fight pretty much till the very end. They're dogged, they're fast. These ones are fast. Obviously, longtails, they have got a proportionally really long, elongated end of their body. And really well. And this has been really an interesting little exercise in sort of stalking. The wave runner is so good for this because A, it doesn't make as much noise through the water as the big crusher, but B, obviously it's just fast. Yes! Just like that. Just like that. How very satisfying as the afternoon sun sinks down over the great sandy straits, and there is our pretty Longtail tuna. Very good.
With daylight running low, we set course for Fraser and Watumba Creek as sheltered anchorage to spend the night. That's the thing about camping. It gives you time to reflect.
I got nothing to say, really, nothing at all.
So today is one of those interesting days when you embark on a ambitious trip like this. Today is one of the days
Can't look at you.
that you don't plan for. However, we have made our way to Watumba Creek here on beautiful, beautiful Fraser Island. The bar crusher, which is made of very stern stuff, as has been proven today, is running like a Swiss watch. The wave runner is tied up next door, and we are about to enjoy some steaks. We've also got, of course, some beautiful sashimi, tuna, and really, when you get down to the tin tacks, life couldn't really be better. It's all about the lessons learned, isn't it?
No, I agree. It's been a great day.
Yes, it has been a great day. It's not over yet.
Oh, please let it be over. Please let it be over now. What is... Oh, let it be over.
I'll make you some tuna.
I'll probably get...
You'll enjoy that. It'll be good. It was raining, now it's not. Soy, just a little bit of wasabi, one northern bluefin, well, only a very small portion of it, but it's that, a bit of wasabi, a bit of soy, it is very good. Come on, Drew, come and have a bit, pal. If you're in Japan and you made that, you know what you'd be? You'd be a master. You're something today. You really are.
Hang tight because help is on its way after the break. We enlist a hired hand and later project boats on a budget and we're both getting our hands dirty. Well, sort of.
If you love Hook, Line and Sinker, then don't let the magic end when the show does.
You can find us on Facebook and Instagram, constantly posting updates and videos about our adventures.
There we go! Holy! Big smile!
Feel free to join in the conversation, post stories and pictures of your greatest catches and keep up to date with where we've been and where we're going.
Oh, look at the size of it! Oh, look at the size of it!
So jump online today and become part of the Hook, Line and Sinker team.
Welcome back to Hook, Line and Sinker and the west coast of Fraser Island, a body of water known as the Great Sandy Strait. We're heading out with a local guide and hopes are high for a turn of luck after some minor problems the day before.
Well, it is a new day. It is a new day and we are being positive and smiley today. And it's a good day because this man's with us, Tree from Fraser Guided Fishing, mate. Welcome to Hook, Line and Sinker.
G'day mate, how are you?
Yep, I'm good. Mate, you've come and picked us up from where we were camping.
Yes.
We've made a short run out here to the middle of where?
This is the middle of Platypus Bay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can see Rooney's Point just over there. Yeah.
Mate, you're a guide here. You've been guiding for sort of 6 years. What can we expect?
Well, hopefully today see some tuna.
Yep.
They're just over there behind us. Hopefully catch a couple of those, and then we'll fish some marks. Maybe catch some trevally.
Yeah, cool.
Yeah.
We got a couple of tuna last night, so we'll warm up with those, I reckon.
Yeah.
And then we'll scratch about, see what else we've got. But mate, thank you for rescuing us, and it's nice just to have no pressure on us. All the pressure's on you. It's
Thanks
nice.
mate, I appreciate it.
No problem. Where are those tuna?
They're back that way.
Righto, let's go catch one.
Fish
on! Fish on, and it.
Don't drop him.
Don't drop him, Drew.
Try not to drop him, guys. Thanks for the encouragement.
Fish on.
Fish on. Fish on. Yes. Just using a little chili patty micro jig. Tree's taken us to a patch of bottom tree. Would it be fair to say in the Great Sandy Straits there's a lot of sand?
There's a lot of sand up here.
Not much in the
not
way
a lot
of.
structure.
Oh, look at this.
Little
What's it
Trevi.
got?
Oh no, it's a grunter.
It's a grunter. Is that good? Is that better than Andrew's small
I think
trevally?
even for size, it's better.
Yes.
And if he was legal, he'd taste better.
Right, okay,
Yeah.
so all round better
I don't know
fish.
why you have to turn
No,
everything
no, I'm
into
not,
some
I'm
sort
not.
of competition.
No, I'm
you know,
not.
like when I catch fish,
Yeah, I know.
I've never.
No,
Oh, you haven't caught another one. Oh,
You're a
you haven't
ripping
caught another
bloke.
one.
You're a terrific fella. Terrific bloke, you are?
Very spiky, these guys.
Just out of luck.
Yes,
That's all.
true. Very spiky, so that's why, Tree, you are touching the fish.
I was up all night last night with the worries.
I'm not surprised, honestly.
Terrific.
But
All night with the worries.
how are you feeling this morning?
No, no better.
The weight of the world
Yeah.
still on your shoulders.
Yes. Yeah.
Do you want to talk about it?
No. No.
I want to I'm quite wise, and I'll be able to counsel you in a way as to ease your mind.
Do they always carry on like this?
I'm not ready to talk about it.
Okay?
Okay?
You will be interested to know that Andrew throwing the boat off on the concrete on the ramp has gone viral on social media.
Yeah.
Under the hashtag "Don't backchat me, I know boats."
Someone sent me that last night.
Oh, I bet they did.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah, they
terrific.
did.
Yeah.
And I didn't say anything. I just said, yep.
Yep.
Didn't smile? Didn't
I
laugh?
gave it a like. I gave it a like.
Terrific. That's why it's viral.
Classic.
There's a lot to
All right,
like.
nothing there, boys. Wind them up.
Oh, I'm worried.
Fish on, Benito.
Bonitos.
Oh,
Plenty more there with him. Look at that.
look at that. Well done on the pink bucktail, Andrew.
Yes.
That's it.
What a beautiful little fish. What sort of bonito is that?
I think they're called leaping.
Leaping.
Yeah.
Phew.
Right,
On this
look at
side.
this. Looks like my lure. And I reckon, Tree, you just saved me. See, my luck is changing. You just saved me. You said, don't touch him, mate. What is that?
That's a happy moment.
That's a happy moment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Called that because if you touch him, you don't have a very happy moment.
No, your 2 days will be very bad.
Really?
Oh,
See,
yeah.
things are turning because definitely yesterday I would have grabbed a handful of him and my hand would have blown up.
Yep.
Things are happening, good things are happening, guys.
Pleased to hear it, Drew. You've had a very tough run.
Good things are happening. And we've just used the Minn Kota now to spot lock on top of a bunch of fish on the sounder.
A bunch of fish, yes. They're decent fish too. But
Right. This is where it's going to happen.
it's got to happen soon. Yep, got him.
Fish on.
There we
Well
go.
done, Nick Duigan.
And I basically just dropped my fish trap to the bottom
And
and
worked
then
it back.
started winding it in a probably third gear kind of wind. And that was about it. But this is feeling like a pretty substantial animal on the other end here.
You caught a longtail.
Caught a longtail tuna. Well, what about that?
On a fish trap.
On a fish trap. He must have just been mooching around the bottom there. All right, another reasonably substantial fish on here.
That's a good one. That's a good
Yes,
one.
that's more like the run you might expect from a Queenie. That's cranking. Tree, that is a cranking run.
That's a good one.
Oh, that's reminiscent of it being chased by a shark.
Yeah.
Well, there's
Well
a
done.
reason that Hervey Bay is famous for these fish, Drew.
It's a wonderful fish to catch.
Longtails are a great fish to catch, and in Hervey Bay, autumn is peak season. Tree is a guru on lure and fly, and you can find all the details on fraserguidedfishing.com.au. And if you're planning a trip to Hervey Bay, we can highly recommend Boat Harbour Resort Urangan. Beachfront location about a minute from the infamous boat ramp, and offering apartment or villa style accommodation. You'll find all the details at boatharbourresort.com.au.
Still to come today, there's some optimism around as our budget project boats begin to take shape. And next, we're on the barge and boatless, heading for beautiful Fraser Island.
Welcome back to Hook, Line and Sinker now, Andrew. If you like the feeling of the sand between your toes, mate, this is probably the best place on earth.
It's the biggest sand island in the world, Dogs. It is, of course, Fraser Island, and all you really need is a four-wheel drive and a fishing rod.
We'd come to Fraser Island as guests of Isuzu's iVenture team, a program set up to take D-Max and MUX owners off the beaten track and show them what their new cars can do. After a quick refresher course about driving on sand, we were ready to explore all the island had to offer. First thing on the agenda, some flats fishing.
The fishing begins, and Dogs, we're going to try catch a flathead first.
Andrew, Fraser Island and the Great Sandy Straits, we're on the western side of Fraser,
Yep.
you know, flats. There really?
Yep, got him. What have I got?
I don't know, but that's quite good. But this is a massive, massive sand flat. And, you know, you'd be mad not to wander along here casting a lure out, as evidenced by this.
I don't think it's a flathead. If it is, it's like the biggest flathead in the history of the world. I think it's a stingray, maybe.
Really?
Well,
I
that's
guess
what
it
I
is.
feel
Yeah,
about
yeah,
it.
yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, we're going stingray fishing.
Yes.
With lures.
With the possibility of some flathead bycatch. We're going to wander along here, and that's about as complicated as it's going to get.
It's nice and relaxing. This
beautiful.
is just simple.
It wasn't the world's biggest flathead, and pretty soon the stingray got off. So we just waded up the shore in knee-deep water, having a flick.
Fish on.
Fish on, all right. Here he is.
What is he? What is he? What is he?
He's a flatty.
He's
He's
not
a
bad.
leaping flathead.
Not a bad
Whoa.
flathead.
Oh, he's swimming
He's
through my
attacking
feet.
you, Drew.
He is. Thinks I'm a tree or something. Look at that.
Well,
That's
pretty
awesome.
Good. That's a nice fish too.
Yeah.
Have a look at this.
And there we go, a lovely little flatty. And the point is, there is literally miles and miles and miles of this sort of sheltered Fraser Island water and flats, and you just drive till you get to sort of a creek mouth or something, have a few flicks, catch a flatty like that, and much bigger too, I imagine. And then hop in the car and off you go again to another spot. It is just a fabulous adventure, this. Nice little fish.
Oh, just down there at my feet. This one, just at my feet. Not the 80 centre monster that we crave, but a little flatty nonetheless. Xeric fish trap just sort of bounced along the bottom. They've got a vibrating action, so you can feel them. They're really nice to fish. You know, you lift them up and they go, rrr, and you just sit it on the bottom, rrr, bounce it across, and flatties seem to just love them. And there he is. And the beauty of this is that, you know, you wander along here catching a fish like that every now and again with the prospect of a significantly larger one the next time you cast out.
The little Xeric fish traps were going well, with a few more flathead jumping on and some other species as well.
No. No.
Attack.
No.
Attack.
No.
How about that, eh? Those fish traps catch absolutely everything. That's rare
Yes.
to actually catch one of those.
Isn't that an amazing looking thing?
Oh, I'm a bit scared.
You have bitten me with one of those.
Really?
In our life,
How
yeah.
did I bite you with it?
You're waving it around, not dissimilar to that. I think I might have reached in to get the hook out of it, and the teeth
Yeah.
are very, very sharp, extremely sharp.
And he's trying to nip.
Oh, they're nippers.
Have a look at him, he's very, very vicious. Oh, look at that. Oh, he's vicious and he's got big teeth. How much for you to put your finger in there?
Quite a bit.
$10?
No, sir. No. Take it away, Andrew. Don't be that person.
Off he goes.
See you long time.
I like this. I love this sort of fishing.
Yeah.
Just walking the flats. You get big golden trevally doing it. I like this spot. That's a good spot.
I mean, there's a lot to like, isn't there?
Good spot.
Bird life. white-bellied sea eagle.
They're wonderful for twitching.
I could have a set of binoculars in there too, I could.
Stay tuned. After the break, we play tourist, fish the beach and get shown up fishing from the jetty. Welcome back to the show, where you find us on Fraser Island with a bunch of other like-minded Isuzu owners. This is iVenture, a club like no other.
Fair to say the iVenture MUX is a little bit dirty and salty,
Yes.
but mate, tell us about iVenture Club.
Okay, well, the Adventure Club is unique and exclusive to D-Max and MUX owners. It enables them to get off-road. We teach them how to use the vehicles as they are designed to do, which is on the sand, in the dirt, out there, going their own way. Not just in the city.
It's absolutely true. What you were saying is true, because we are seriously off-road.
We are.
As well as fishing, we got to explore the island in convoy, the Blue Lake Mackenzie, the wreck of the Mahino. It was a great adventure, with plenty of fishing thrown into the mix.
Now, the other spot that we need to fish while we're here, right where we're staying here, the jetty, the local jetty.
It is remarkable. Now, it's a pretty popular spot, obviously, and we're running an Isuzu fishing clinic behind us, but this is our first chance to have a look at it, and there is bait. There's a
everywhere. There's a
school.
valley coming up. There's apparently big flathead here that you get jewfish off here. You get barramundi off here.
Yeah. It's as good as a sort of jetty gets to look, really, isn't it? It looks fantastic.
Let's fish it.
Obviously, we would use our extensive knowledge of fishing to show the iVenturers a thing or two.
Do you think that would work as a live bait, Drew, this funny little stripey thing?
Do you think it will?
I don't know. Have you got a hook?
Yeah.
Rod with a hook on it?
Not yet.
I can work harder and try and catch you a silverfish.
Yeah, catch one of the silver ones.
All right.
I'll set up a rod with a hook.
Right. We'll put that back. Not good enough.
We got shown up big time. iVenture member Jason Hefford nailing a big lizard.
The fishing clinic is it's hit a new gear. Have a look at this thing. Come here, have a look at this. Have a look at this flathead. Oh, you've done spectacularly well. Spectacularly well. That is a ripping fish off the jetty here. Well done. You're not going to be able to lift him in, are you? No. You're going to have to walk up there. So in that case, you walk up to the beach and beach him, get some photos, and I'll steal your spot. Yeah. This works beautifully. You might have a friend out there. That's a good
Fish, yeah.
That's a sort of 60 centimetre
60
flathead.
centimetre flathead, yeah.
Ripper. Well done. You got to get a photo. Ow!
He got you, did he? It's a real bugger.
Yeah.
Real bugger.
Fraser Island is probably more famous for its surf fishing, but as we just demonstrated, the flats fishing on the eastern side of the island is great for flathead. We found the best lure was the Zerrick fish trap. Now, if you'd like to know more about Isuzu's iVenture, jump on the iVenture website for all the upcoming events, featured articles and 4x4 tips. Still to come today, project boats on a budget, and we're on the tools.
If you would like to dig a little deeper into the when, where and how, plus all the latest gear to use, look no further than the team at Wilson Fishing.
He's a good fish.
Not a cooter.
Look at him go!
A family-owned Australian fishing company, Wilson have the online resources to help you catch more fish more often.
Oh mate, look at this thing. It's gold.
It's unbelievable.
Zerrick Zeppelins.
Well done.
Subscribe for your free online magazine, Redefine the Game.
Yes, double beer! Nice.
Explore countless action-packed YouTube tutorials.
It's 80! That's a beast. That is what fishing is about, is catching things like that in places like this. Absolutely awesome.
And stay up to date via social media for news from all the brands that make Wilson Fishing great.
watching Hook, Line and Sinker, and after a decade of doing up old boats and losing money every time, this is Project Boats on a Budget, thanks to the on-water money experts at Yamaha Motor Finance.
We've each taken a different tact, and in my driveway, the Haynes Hunter Tri-Hunter has been opened up like a clamshell to expose the gizzards. It's pretty rotten and needs a full rebuild, and I plan to save heaps by doing the work myself.
Anyone who's seen the show knows that my handyman skills are not up to scratch. So as much as I wanted to do this project by myself, therefore saving money, what I need is some instruction, some help, maybe a mentor. So that's what I've done. I've called in this man, Michael Austin from Southern Tas Fiberglass, mate. Welcome to the show and welcome to my boat.
How you going?
Very, very well. Now you mess around with old boats, rebuild them, that's your job.
Yep, it is.
Have you ever seen a better looking boat?
No.
You're just saying that. You're off to a very, very good start, mate. Have you ever seen a more rotten boat?
No, I haven't.
That's the truth. That's the truth right there. Rightio, so what I need from you, I'm not going to get you to do the job for me. Yep. I just need you to sort of instruct, to mentor. We're going to cut it out today.
Yep.
So how do you get rid of the rot?
Pretty much cut it out and start from scratch again.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can't just replace bits, you just have to rebuild the whole thing.
Yeah. Cut it out, what's rotted, and start again.
Righto, well let's get cutting. You need to mentor me.
Well, I do.
What do I need, a saw or something?
It's great to have a mentor, especially one that goes the whole hog. Michael has a hazmat suit and all the gear. He was even going to mentor me by doing all of the work. I was like a wide-eyed child, eager to soak up as much as I could.
Steps for replacing a transom. What do we need to know?
Cut it out, prep it all up again, get it prepped to start putting the new transom back in.
Yep.
And then obviously start marking out your timber for your new transom, and then start glassing it back in.
Michael went on mentoring me for most of the day. It was great. I was learning heaps.
One thing I am learning is with all the cutting and banging, you don't really need to be that gentle at this point in time. It's really just get it out. It's something that's been together for 50 years, so it takes a little bit of getting out. But yeah, you don't need to be that gentle. We need more cutting over here.
More cutting?
Yeah.
It was hard but rewarding work, and eventually I had the rotten transom out.
And here is what is left of the transom, and it is just so wet. So wet, and you know, for maybe 30 years it has just been soaking in water from somewhere, and it's just now a case of chipping it away to getting it back to this sort of outer layer of fiberglass, which then is ground and made all nice and smooth and prepped. And then once we've got the transom out, the floor's got to come out. It's a bigger job. It's a bigger job than I thought.
Yep, big job by doing it myself. I was saving a fortune, unlike Nick, who is simply throwing money at his boring old V19.
It's all about value, Drew, and there has been major surgery on my boat.
Now Mick, this is interesting because this, you're saying, is, well, this is some of the floor stringers out of my boat.
Yeah, that's what we found when we ripped the floor up.
Yep.
There is now paper instead of wood.
It really is.
Yeah,
it's just like a bit of cardboard.
Yeah, it's very easy to remove.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah,
and like, you'd hate to think how many boats running around Australia have got, you know, floors made of this.
Absolutely. Absolutely. It is definitely a worry. If there's nowhere near enough laminate on these stringers to handle
the load.
The plywood was part of the strength.
Yes.
And there is no strength at all. We had some of them that were literally split in half already from last time the boat was used.
Righto.
So yeah, this was an accident waiting to happen.
Yeah. Well, we won't have that problem anymore. No wood.
No wood.
No wood. I mean, wood is good, but no wood in my boat.
Rot would be a thing of the past for the V19. Its stringers, bulkheads and transom had all been replaced with a space-aged composite called Thermolite, which is lighter, stiffer and stronger than plywood.
Now let's talk about this, Mick, because this is very impressive. This is obviously the transom where we are going to hang some kind of Yamaha outboard, but it's massive, it's super strong.
Yeah, you can hang any outboard you want on this transom by the time we're finished.
Yep.
38mm Thermolite. We have added extra skin into the original hull laminate first, just to give it a lot more strength, and then the board, and then some more laminate.
And then
this will be getting extra laminate as we do the deck and tying it all into the stringers, so it'll end up with double that.
I can put a Yamaha 425 horsepower V8 on this.
Can I drive it?
Yes, yes,
that would be good to see. There is no concern of this transom and structure handling that kind of horsepower.
So that's unbelievable, righto. This is very, very good.
It's an engineering masterpiece, and we're not done yet. The V19 will be foam filled.
There are a range of benefits for foam filling. Tell us what you see them as. So buoyancy is one.
Buoyancy.
Yep.
And safety in case of the worst happening.
So if this boat fills up with water, it won't sink like a stone.
Yeah, you've got a boat up there to hang on to.
So that's
obvious,
good.
easy to be found.
We like that. But there are a couple of other things that it's very good for as well.
Yeah, it will stiffen up the whole structure.
Yep.
As well, and it also makes it ride a lot quieter. It feels a lot more solid, and the boat will ride a lot quieter.
Yes.
So they're the added bonus, but the safety is the main issue for me.
Righto, let's get to it. I reckon I can do this. Is there anything really to it?
Don't make a mess.
Can't guarantee that.
The filling process involves a bit of mixing followed by some skillful pouring.
I'm good at this.
Oh, yeah.
Then, like a grade 9 science experiment, the foam grows and grows some more. It was clear I had a talent.
It usually takes a few practices on each day, each boat to get.
It's taken me any practices.
No, you are pretty good at it. Yeah.
Really good.
Well, you told me you would be.
This is closed cell foam, which won't absorb water and will make this boat safe, strong and quiet. What a weapon.
Also, the single most expensive project boat in history. It's lucky you can insure it with YMI. YMI offers peace of mind cover for all Yamaha customers. New for old replacement on mechanical and electrical components and motors regardless of age, and a host of other benefits not available anywhere else. Yamaha Motor Insurance is the ultimate in pleasure craft protection at competitive rates.
Ask your local Yamaha dealer about YMI today.
Join us next time as the lap takes us to the magical waters of the Great Barrier Reef. We pit the Crusher against the D-Max in a race up the coast, and there's more from the budget boat saga next time on Hook, Line and Sinker.